ever heard a love song that set your spirit free? Have you ever watched the sunrise and felt you could not breathe? What if it's him? What if it's God speaking? Have you ever cried a tear that you could not explain? Have you ever met a stranger who already knew your name? What if it's him? What if it's God speaking? Who knows how you'll get a hold of us, get our attention, whatever he wants to tell us I love you. Have you ever lost a loved one who you thought should still be here? Do you know what it feels like to be tangled up in fear? Somehow he's involved. What if he's in it all? 'Cause who knows how he'll get a hold of you, get your attention to prove he's enough. 'Cause he'll do and he'll use whatever he wants to tell us I love you. His ways are higher, his ways are better, though sometimes strange. What could be stranger than God in a manger? Who knows how you'll get a hold of us, get our attention to prove he's enough. Who knows how you'll get a hold of you, get your attention to prove he's enough. 'Cause he'll use and he'll do whatever he wants to tell us I love you. I love you.
Hey everybody, we are back. Welcome to Variety Talk live in Las Vegas. And happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. We're almost getting there. I'm kind of in the Christmas mood because we've been out there in the streets interviewing people about Christmas. And you'll have an opportunity to see more about that as we go into the season. And sitting right next to me, right here in the helm and holding it down for the first 15 minutes is the man himself, Mr. Broadway, Tim Searcy. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, did such a great job. First time in on the helm, and you're just in here handling things and doing such a great job. Appreciate you so much.
With your guidance, of course.
All right. So just break that video down for us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about that.
God Speaking is I think is a great song. It tells another thing about me is what I believe and I feel concerning God speaking to us in this. I believe he speaks to us not just in the Bible, he speaks to us all the time.
Yes.
Speaks to us through people, through songs, through a moment on TV or something. God is saying something to us, and that's why that's one of the reasons why I love that song.
Beautiful. Well, I love the artistry. Who did that? That was great with the clouds and all of that.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
I did all, yeah.
Nice. Thank
you.
Like it. Well, we're going to do a little shifting here because, as we mentioned, we have speaking of Broadway, we have Mr. New York on the phone with us, and he is doing a series with us as well, and this gentleman has really, you guys are both so accomplished. I just don't know how to even describe it. When you listen to the music, it makes you tear up some of it. That's why. And you know what? This is what I've got to do. Scotty, you got that piece ready for us? Because I can't even bring them on until I let everybody see what I was so floored about 2-3 weeks ago, okay? This gentleman has a video that will knock your socks off. You talk about Mr. Gospel Singer, because he's R&B, he's gospel,
right.
He just about does it all, and he's actually performing in Orchestra Hall this weekend.
Oh, very nice.
Tomorrow night, as a matter of fact. So before we even bring him on, I just want to do a little repeat of what this man did 2 weeks ago, okay? But actually, this was way back in the day. He actually wrote and produced a song with Edward Hawkins.
Ooh,
and so he was in a church and he was singing, but it will just blow your mind. So you know what, Scotty, we're ready?
All right,
let's go.
To know the Lord, to trust the Lord, is to love him, right? I love the Lord with all my heart, all my soul. For waking me up early this morning, starting me on my way. Old Saint Jesus said, kept me clothed in my right mind. That's the testimony. I love the Lord.
All right, there you have it. I love the Lord with all my heart. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
incredible.
I wish we could have played it to the end. The last time we played it all the way to the end, and he just healed. You know how, like in the old days, your grandmother used to say, "Girl, you stumped on those greens when you were cooking."
Yeah.
James, you stumped on that song.
Yeah,
And,
sang the song. Sang the
Welcome
song.
to the show, James.
Hello, everyone.
And let me give you your proper introduction. See, we were having so much of a good time with the song. I didn't get a chance to let the viewing audience know, for those who did not get a chance to join us a few weeks ago,
Right.
About Mr. James Bradley. And James, why don't you just briefly tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I love entertaining. Obviously, singing is my thing. I live here in New York City, where all the happenings are going on in regards to theater, singing, acting, and I've actually had the opportunity to work with a lot of terrific musicians throughout my lifetime.
Tell us a few of them. I know about Edward. We know about Edward Hawkins.
Yeah.
And I know I talked a little bit about the disco era. I bragged on you a little bit at the beginning of the show, and your debut with Donna Summer and some of the others. But you've worked with a lot of greats.
A lot of great artists. I've worked, sang for Valerie Simpson and Ashford Simpson, and before he passed away here in New York.
Oh man, I love Nick and Val.
my
I love
goodness.
Nick and Val.
Yeah, they were good friends. Roberta Flack, of course, is one of my favorites as well. And just so many artists. I just had a great opportunity to grow, if you will, my talent and learn how to actually present it. And obviously, I had schooling. I sang opera. I have a opera performance major, degree. Can't talk here. It's so cold. But I have a show coming up this weekend, and I'm so excited. In fact, tomorrow night we'll be playing at the Famous Groove down in the Village in New York City, and it's a place that is famous. I mean, everybody that's in the industry has performed there, and I've had the opportunity to work there quite a bit. So when I come, we just pack the place. And
Tim, do you know much about the Groove?
Not too much, but yeah, I've
Tim's
heard
from
about
New
it.
York, and I didn't have an opportunity, excuse my manners. I guess it's from being out there on the cold strip in Las Vegas interviewing people. But anyway, James, I have, you guys really get to know each other since this is a business networking show. We've got Tim Searcy in the studio with us, and Tim is co-hosting. And Tim is also a singer, producer, and has worked in New York and on Broadway, along with Jennifer Holliday and some of the greats as well. So you two share a lot in common.
Yes, he knows New York is just fabulous.
It is,
Full of artists, fabulous
incredible.
artists.
But go right ahead. I didn't want to interrupt your story, but there's just so much in common between you two. That's pretty amazing that you've both worked out there in the field with so many professionals. Okay, so listen, I've got a quick story for you too. I can't wait to tell this. We don't have a lot of time, but my recall of Nick and Val was being at a concert in Country Club Hills, and I was in the front row, and I'm standing there, and I'm dancing, and Nick and Val are just doing their thing, and I'm all excited. I'm in the groove.
Right.
And so Val decides that she's going to come down off of the stage and start, mingling with the crowd. So Val comes down, and she starts dancing with everybody. And before I know it, Val's in front of me, and she's just dancing with me, and we're just doing our thing. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I'm dancing with Val Simpson, right? So
Great.
Val is still dancing. So the next thing I know, I look up, And Val has got me under the arm. She scoops me right up under my arm, and she walks me up the stairs, up on the stage.
Oh my goodness.
Then I start thinking, OMG. By the time I got to like the third step, I was like, am I on the stage with Nick and Val? And so she puts me right in the middle of them. And I'm just like in between these two powerful love people, okay? So that energy was insurmountable, undescribable, and I'll never forget that. So that's my Nick and Val story.
Well, you know, of course, Nick passed away, but during his lifetime, I performed at the club. It's called the Sugar Bar uptown, 72nd Street. And during that time, I was teaching in the DOE system. I was teaching math. So whenever I showed up at the club, Val would get on stage and say, the math teacher is here. Let him sing. And, you know, the people would applaud because I had performed there, you know, quite often before. But she's a tremendous person. She has a lot of good things to support you with. And, of course, she wrote for the great Diana Ross.
Wow.
No mountain high enough. And,
yes.
she's just amazing. I just love it. So I'm hoping that in the new year that I will be able to perform there, because actually her MD, which is the music director now, is performing with me tomorrow night.
Oh.
And we're going to try to see if we can coordinate a schedule so that we can actually perform at the club there.
That is so exciting, James.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. Well, you know, as you go forward with us, you and Tim go forward with us, and Mr. Van Fields from the Stylistics, and this wonderful legend series that we're creating.
Right.
Yes.
What would you like the audience to know about you this go around in terms of the importance of what you're doing right now with your CD? You just came up with a new CD, correct?
Yes, currently we're working on a new project. We just call them projects rather than CD now because everything is EP and digital and all that good stuff. We actually started it in Kansas City, Missouri, and of course we're going to end up in Atlanta, we're going to do New York and Detroit, and we're going to select the best tunes and put them all together and present them digitally.
Nice.
And,
nice. Well, you know what?
Forward.
And forgive me for interrupting you. I'm so sorry, but I am excited about getting your music out there to people so they know what they're coming to on Saturday, because we're inviting everybody in New York right on out to this debut to see Mr. James Bradley. So we're going to take a quick station break, and when we come back, they'll have an opportunity to hear just a little snippet of your music. You're watching Variety Talk right here in Las Vegas. We'll be right back.